Well, I'm ready for this.
What, gusher?
Oh yeah, got to have a go shit. What you got, Hel?
I've just got some fresh orange.
Sure there's not a little Malibu in there?
No, not tonight.
Not tonight, Josephine. Well, cheers.
Maybe another night.
Cheers, everyone. We're celebrating because we're away. We're away!
At last. It
At
seems
last.
to have been such a long winter. And you count the months and weeks down, don't you? But I think as from next month, a lot of the camps start opening a little bit more, don't they? From
Yeah,
March.
we have got a lot of bookings in the system, and we'll tell you about those in due course. We're at a lovely site now, and maybe we'll tell you about that in due course. But really, the purpose of this video is a follow-on from our previous video where we were sort of making our caravan look like new again, certainly on the outside, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we got so many views. I mean, I think we had more than 12,000 views in about 5 days, which was amazing. Lots of new subscribers. So can we just say a big hello and thank you to all of the new subscribers, and also to everyone that subscribes to the channel anyway. We've had a lot of comments lately, haven't we?
We have, and thanks to everyone for your well wishes for the trouble I've had with my arms and things.
Yeah, you're not being too good, have you, Hel?
It's we've tried something else actually, some other injections, and it's early days yet, but keeping our fingers crossed.
Yeah, so Helen's had a bit of treatment, injections in the shoulders and the neck and one thing and another. I think it's fair to say though, it's not really touching the sides, is it?
Well, it was only done on Wednesday, so it's going to take about 4 to 5 weeks maybe to work.
So we'll see how we go with that.
So we'll see. Anyway, fingers are crossed.
Yes. So coming up in this video, we're going to show you a little bit about getting it ready on the inside, because it took a lot of work to get it to this.
That's one good thing. I got out of a load of work.
Yeah. I think I mentioned in a couple of videos ago that we were going to be doing some purple jobs. So what did you have me doing?
Well, he done the curtains. Washed the what are they called?
The bunting.
And I washed the bunting, so I've done them and the other set above the bed. He washed all the cushion covers. He put back together the fridge.
My goodness me, the dirt that's come off, and it's basically sort of mould spores that just build up in the fridge.
They do, yeah.
So that's all been wiped out, disinfectant and wipes and stuff, bacterial wipes, and I've put the fridge back together again. Then the other thing that she had me doing was making the bed. Bed's all made, lovely and warm, the heating doing its job really well. So overall, I'm sure you'll agree, a job well done. The other thing that I wanted to do was, remember in the previous video I said my nuts had got rusty. Now if you watched the last video you might remember I mentioned my rusty nuts that I've got here, and I wanted to change them, but they hadn't arrived in time from the supplier before I finished the last video. But I did mention these sort of nut covers that I'd got, nice shiny covers, and someone had said they look really good but they look like they'd be a bit of a faff to take on and off. So I just want to show you how much of a faff they are to take on and off. It's that easy, folks. Stick that in and pull it. Push it in, feel the click, pull it. There's no faff involved with that. It takes seconds, not even a second, to take each one off. So what I'm going to do, I want to change these rusty nuts now, and then we need to torque those new nuts back up. So if you're looking to replace your wheel nuts, I've just took one off here. Okay, you've got to make sure you get the right size, because they're not all standard size. These are 19mm, and actually what to look for is on the nut itself. Don't know if you can just make this out. Let me just try and get that. On the nut itself, so it says on here BE, it says a V, a BE 10.9. BE 10.9. and that's exactly what it says on here. But the problem with the rusty nut is, depending on how corroded it is, you might not be able to make it out. It took me ages to work out what it was. In the end, because there's so many different varieties of wheel nut that you can get, I wanted to double check. So I contacted Darren, who's my local service engineer who does the servicing on our Caravan, and said, look, this is what I've just taken off. What do I need? Because I couldn't find the ones I wanted online. Darren very kindly sent me a link to get these. So they're absolutely perfect. Just what I needed. And as you can see, nice and clean and not rusty. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking one off at a time, right, with just the wrench actually that I use for the motor mover, because it's 19mm socket on there. So I'm just changing them over, and then when it's time to tighten up, I'll do that with the torque wrench. I'll show you exactly how you do it, because you've got to do it in a specific order. Now some people get a little bit fussy about this, but I'll explain in a moment. So the new nuts are on. They look good, don't they? Nice and clean and rust free. Now we've got to torque them up. That means tighten them up. And there's a special way of doing that if you're a newbie. If you look on the side of your Caravan down here, you'll be able to see that the wheel torque for steel wheels is 88. Well, mine are alloy. So if you've got steel wheels, 88 Newton meters. If you've got alloy wheels, 130 Newton meters. So you have to set your torque wrench, in my case, to 130 Newton meters. Now, I ain't no expert on this stuff, but I've done my research long ago, and I've been doing this for a while now. So I got myself a torque wrench a few years back when I started caravanning. Never had one before. The secret is that when you are not using the torque wrench, make sure that you adjust it and slacken it off, and I'll show you what I mean. So there's a gauge on here, and you twist this to adjust to the required torque that you need, and you can feel it tightening inside. So just on the gauge itself, so when you're not using it, you turn it right off and slacken it off so that you don't sort of keep tension on it. But there's a Newton meters guide up here, so I'm looking for 130 Newton meters, and the nearest I've got on here is 126. So I'm going to turn this around to 126, and I'll just keep doing that. So I'm on 126, and then on this gauge here, look, I'm just turning this gauge round. It goes from 0 to 246, and I want to add another 4 on here, so it's in line with the center line, the number 4. So we're on 126 plus 4, that's 130. So my torque is set, and now I need to go around and tighten these bolts. Now the way to do that is you have to do it in a specific order. So on here, oh, we're going the wrong way, Dave. So on here, go around, it's tightening now, and you wait for the click. There it is. As soon as you hear that click, you've tightened that to 130. So now you go into the opposite side down here and do the same. There it is on 130. Now I go up here and do the same. There's the click, and then down here, and then we're done. And then we're done. And then I'll just slide on my nuts. Why do I keep smiling when I say that? I know a few of you have bought some of these since last week's video, and I do think they're really good for the money. Yeah. And there we go. So they're on. And like I say, yeah, someone said, I think it was Mel, said that he liked them, but he didn't know if there'd be a bit of a faff, because he does torque his nuts every journey. Now, that is what they recommend that you do. What I've just done in terms of torquing the nuts, they say you should do it before every journey on a caravan. Now, I don't know how many people do. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't do it on every journey, but I do periodically, probably once a month or so, go around and do it. But I slacken the nuts off first, and then I torque them back up again. So in terms of getting these nuts off, these covers, just put this little applicator, comes with it. You just push it on, pull them off. All right, push it on, pull them off. So it's not a faff at all, Mel. They're pretty easy. It's just a question of whether you can be bothered or not. But I do like the fact that that's probably going to keep the rust off, but also keeps the wheel looking nice and clean. Right, I'll go and do the other side. So another job I had to do was just get all of the aqua roll, the waste master and the toilet cassette all cleaned out, ready to rock and roll again. Now, I have done a previous video on sort of getting all the waterworks all clean and ready and sterilised and what have you. So I'll put a link to that below. But I have just shown in this video what we do just to sort of clean up the old waste master and the toilet cassette again before we rock and roll. So it's really quick and easy. But it's a great little tip that I got from Andrew and Karen's channel. Have a little look. So what I tend to do with the toilet cassette is, it is clean. It was cleaned out at the end of the last season. But pour some really hot tap water inside, which we're doing now. I'm spilling it everywhere because I'm trying to hold the camera at the same time. Just pour some in, and then I get a couple of, I'm using two, one probably suffice, 2 dishwasher tablets, okay? Drop them in as well, and continue topping this up now. And what I find, and it's a great tip that I got from Andrew and Karen's channel, link below, this works a treat. I have to say, I bought Thetford toilet cleaner before. I've still got some, not cheap, but a couple of dishwasher tablets really gives this a thorough clean out. So just going to fill the watering can back up and top that right up with hot tap water. And then once it's full, close it up, and I just let it sit for a few hours while I'm getting on with other jobs. And those dishwasher tablets dissolve, and they leave it smelling really clean and fresh, and it gives it a clean out on the inside. A bit like washing the dishwasher itself, really. There we go, that's full to the brim now. So close this. I'm going to lose a little bit of water there, that's okay. Just tip that bit out. Put the cover over, stand this over here for a while, and just leave it and come back to that in a few hours. So I've put in, I've already put 1 tablet in, I'm dropping a couple of extra ones in, and this should be my last watering can full, because it holds 10 litres, and therefore I filled it up 4 times. But again, it's hot tap water that I'm putting in, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Once I get the top on this, just going to let this sit in here for a few hours, let it dissolve, perhaps give it a little shake around a bit every now and again, and then I'll clean it out, rinse it out, and that'll be good to go. I think maybe this holds a little less than 40 litres. The Aguri holds 40, but just under 40 litres in here. Right, lid on, and that can go and stand over here out the way as well. Give it a little shake about. Wheel that over there, and then just let them sit there for a bit.
It does make a difference actually, doesn't it? Because it smells a lot fresher.
Oh, so fresh and clean. Really does the job. Perfect. But only good really for the waste master and for the toilet cassette. Don't do it in your aqua roll.
Oh, no, not in there.
No.
You'll have fizzy water.
You will. So I put new batteries in the lights that you have over in the
Oh, good.
bedroom
That
area.
only waited all year last year.
All nice and bright and clean. I've put a new battery in the smoke alarm because that needed changing. And the good thing is that also the what's that other one called?
Carbon monoxide.
Yeah, the carbon monoxide alarm, that's all fine, so that's all working good. TV's plugged in, rocking and rolling. Now, a lot of people ask, because I mentioned that we don't really use our TV aerial, we stream TV, and they're asking me how we do it. And we've actually got the TV on now. I'll just show you, turn you around. So that's all working away nicely. And that is all being streamed through the phone. So we use the phone as like a hotspot.
I guess that's okay if you get a good phone signal though.
Yeah, so we use the phone as a hotspot, and really 99% of the time that works perfectly for us, isn't it? So on occasion you get to some sites and you've got no phone signal, and then we have to put the TV aerial up. But you know, as I say, 99% of the time it's all streamed through the phone and we get a really good picture. The other thing that a lot of people have asked is, what YouTube channels do we follow? What do we watch on YouTube? So we do get asked quite a bit, you know, what channels do you watch on YouTube? Well, I watch loads of channels on YouTube. I watch more YouTube actually than I do normal TV, and I've just been watching the Frenchies there, but I'll show you some of who we subscribe to. I mean, I'll be here forever if I showed you the whole lot, but I'll show you some, and we'll start like alphabetical order. Adam Marks explores Adventures of an Old Sea Dog. I love all the old sailing stuff. Andrew and Karen's adventures in their Caravan, Once a Motorhome. Andrew Ditton, Aquaholic, because I like boats. Bertie the Bus, because we happened upon their bus while we were in Cromer. They were in Morrison's and I saw them, so I subscribed and I watched them ever since. Big Jet TV, because I love all things aeroplanes. Bob. You've got to watch Bob Earnshaw, folks. Boys in the Bailey, yeah, have a little look at them. And Sue from Campavania, always watch Sue, although she's not been on lately. Sue, hurry up and get back. Graham, the Caravan vlogger, yeah. I do watch Graham because he always, well, I think when I watch Graham, it always reminds me of what a good job I'm doing. Joking, Graham, but I know you like a gag. Caravanning with the missus, love them both. Christopher Collects is all about coin collections because I collect coins. Quite a new hobby of mine. I collect them and Helen likes to spend them. Desmond's Donders, because we love Lindsay and Dave up there in Scotland, so we always keep an eye on them. I know we don't always comment on all of your channels, but we do watch them. Helen and Marty's Motorhome Treks, just about to get themselves off to Spain anytime soon, so keep an eye on that. Here We Tow, of course, why wouldn't you? Hey Ho, Let's Tow, watch them, sort of quite a new channel, building up nicely. Hitch Up and Tow, been watching them since day one really, to be fair. John and Mandy, Journey Rats. JP, we never met JP, but we've been to a load of sites that he's been to, either just before him or just after him. Keith and Michelle, because they're now back in the Caravan again. We've watched them, I think, from day one. I think they used to be called Carefree Caravanning. Then it was Carefree Motorhoming, and now it's just Keith and Michelle. And it goes on and on. Lee Derbyshire, because we know him, local lad in Great Yarmouth, and an entertainer in the holiday industry. Mike and Tricia, who goes on. Northerners, we absolutely love the Northerners on tour. More motorhomers, gone full time, cracking, and you can't get enough of them. They make me smile. I like the way they talk. I used to live in Manchester, and there's definitely that Lancastrian twang, you know. Nuts on Tour, quite local to us, fairly new channel, building nicely. So keep an eye on them with their massive motorhome and 2 gigantic dogs. Our Days Out, of course. Paul and Sarah, watch them from day one. Plane Crazy Aviation, new channel, but we quite like him because they do planes. Posh Cats, Trev and Sue, big inspiration for us, love them to death, and we're going to their rally again. They've got 3 rallies, I think, this year. We're going to the July one. Elaine likes all the scary stuff. Rick and Heather, been watching them pretty much from day one as well, and they've just got themselves a new camper van. Roaming Radfords, always watch them, just to make me appreciate that the you know, small is sometimes just as good as big, you know. Robin Lynn, always watch Robin Lynn from day one, and it's sort of like you feel like you're part of the family when you watch these guys. Never miss a video of those. And Rob's Wise Ways, absolutely love Rob's Wise Ways. Check him out, brilliant, love him. I like Fleetwood Mac. Sailing Fair Isle, more sailing stuff, but they're brilliant. Fantastic. And the Caravan Eddies, I'm not so interested in watching them in his truck, but I do like to watch him in their caravan, so I'll be honest. The Caravan Place, of course, the Coffee Vanners, been watching them pretty much from day one. The Explorers, because they live full time, well, they live in Spain, but they spend most of their time in their van. And where they live in Spain is very close to where our family used to stay, and we've been visiting for about 50 years there. Frenchies I've already mentioned, love the Frenchies. We watch loads. And a lot of motorhome channels, strangely enough, as well as caravan channels.
Same meat, different gravy.
What's that?
Motorhomes and caravans.
Well, it's same meat, different gravy. He says whatever you prefer to roll in, isn't it? We prefer the caravan, but nothing against motorhomers. And in fact, we watch loads of motorhome channels.
Not all, no.
Particularly the Northerners on tour, because we like to see Mark falling over quite a bit, don't we? Mark, I doubt he's watching, but if he is, can you fall over a bit more, Mark? Because it doesn't half make us smile, don't it?
So just on our subscriber front, I think we're well over 8,000 now, aren't we?
We are. I mean, a massive thanks, as I say, to everyone that subscribed. I think we're at 8,450 or something.
That's amazing, isn't it?
As we make this video.
So quick.
So really, really delighted with that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, then hit the subscribe button, because it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll be, be notified when all the latest videos are coming out. And if you put silly comments on, it'll be the last comment you ever make on our channel.
I think on a lot of averages, people aren't going to like everything you do, are they?
No, we do, like most YouTube channels, we do get the odd nutcase put ridiculous comments on. So I either just ignore them or I block them.
The thing is, it's not, we're not saying you have to do it like this. We're saying we do it like this.
Yeah, this is just what we do, and if you don't like what we do, that's fine.
You don't have to do it.
But what we generally find is that most of the comments that we get, we learn a lot from all of you. So we really appreciate the comments. And when people have given me top tips, I think in the last one someone said about the ladders, why don't you get some pipe sponge, wrap it around the top of your ladder, then when you lean it against the van, you're not going to scratch the van. I mean, brilliant! Absolutely love comments like that. We get some great top tips from people. We really do.
We're all in the same club, aren't we? So we learn together.
Yeah, well, that's a good way of putting it, Hel. Quite good for Hel.
What do you mean for me?
And then the other thing, just to thank you, I've had so many lovely messages and comments and emails from all of you, just sort of passing on your condolences regarding my mum's sadly passing away a couple of weeks ago. But it is sad, and it doesn't matter how old they are. My mum was 96. But she had a fantastic life. She really did live life to the full, right to the very end.
She had a wonderful life,
Even on her 96th birthday. I mean, I've got a little clip of my mum on her 96th birthday. Shall I put it in? I'm going to put it in, because she wouldn't mind me putting this in.
Oh dear.
So my mum died just about a week after this birthday party of hers on the 96th. And you know what, on her 96th birthday. And my niece, Gabby Starbuck, who's also got a YouTube channel, which probably would have appealed more to some of the younger people that watch. But she was just filming her grandma, my mother, for her channel on her 96th birthday. Have a quick look at this.
I'm 96 and I feel 106.
But you've had an amazing day, haven't you?
I've not had an amazing day, I've had an absolutely wonderful day.
You have.
Thanks to the generosity of my children and my grandchildren.
There you go.
So it's been really, really lovely.
And it's been lovely to come and see you, Grandma.
And I've not finished yet, because after I've had this drink, I'm having another.
Are you going to have a little bit of Andre Roux tonight, Grandma?
Can I?
Yeah, you can for me, because I'm going home in a bit, so you can.
I don't go mad.
Doesn't she do amazing though?
I'm the Andre Roux fanatic.
Yeah. Yeah, but he is a great musician, isn't he?
Yeah, he's wonderful.
He is. He's absolutely
And
wonderful.
what's more, he's so versatile.
So, Grandma, tell everyone on my channel what it is that keeps you nice and young. What's the secret?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, there must be something that's kept you so young all these years.
Sex.
It sums my mother up to a T, I think.
It certainly does.
Baby
So
girl.
Sav had some news. She had a lovely little baby sister called Eden Lily. She still calls her Lily anyway, although it's her middle name.
Yeah.
But they're fine with that. That's quite good. But she's besotted by her, isn't she?
Oh, she is, yeah. And she didn't want a little sister, and she said she didn't want to share her little sister with her nanny and Rara. But so when we said we're going to RAF Mildenhall again, she said, "Oh, I'll come, but Eden's not coming." It was really ironic. Not a lot of you will know this, but Eden was born about 20-25 minutes after my mother passed away.
She did.
So it was a real sort of bittersweet kind of day for us. But what was really weird about the whole thing is Savannah, her sister, she was born on the morning that your mum passed away.
I lost my mum, yeah.
So our son Ollie and his wife Naomi have got two girls who were both born on the day that we both lost our mothers. I mean, I don't know what the odds are on that. I reckon I could win the lottery 3 or 4 times, you know, in terms of odds, before that happened again. It was just incredible.
Well, it's like bittersweet in it, but one in, one out. It's a little bit too...
It is. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll raise a glass to Peg, my mum, to Nell, your mum, and to Eden.
Eden and Savannah.
And Savannah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And here's to many more trips camping this year.
Yes.
Cheers.
Caravantastic.